Hi, I'm Chef David, and this is...
Chef Susannah, his daughter.
and we're working on gingerbread. So just to know, so you know what the end product is going to be, this is a third of a batch of gingerbread already made up, chilled in the refrigerator and ready for us to roll out into what's going to become a gingerbread castle. We have 15 of these already, but we are still one batch short. So Susannah, Chef Susannah, is going to help me make that. So our first step is we need to, in a large bowl, sift all the dry ingredients. Actually, here it says, there we go. We need to cream the butter and the sugars on medium. Okay, so these are butters. This is unsalted butter. We have 2.5 sticks of it. But you unwrap that one, I'll unwrap this one.
I get to unwrap that one too.
Okay, you can. And we open it up and drop it in there.
Should we put this thing up?
You know what? It actually does that. Watch this.
I know. I've seen that.
I am so thankful that our friend from Waterline let us borrow this, because this would have been a total pain to do with a hand mixer.
And if you are watching that friend from Waterline, thank you.
Yes.
This part came off the butter.
Did it fall on the table? Well, the table's clean.
No,
Go ahead
it
and throw
fell
it in
right there.
All right, throw it in. And
then I unwrap this
that.
way.
Yep. And several years ago when I made my first gingerbread church, I used a hand mixer. The hand mixer only lasted partway through the batch and it died. So then I used a power drill with a paint mixer.
Yeah, kind of broke it.
That worked, but it was very slow and tedious.
It will take a long time and you will probably break it, so don't even try that. So, yeah. Go in butter. Go.
Yep.
There we go.
We left that out at room temperature for a while, so that should go a little bit quicker. Now here I have already measured out some light brown sugar. We dump that in there. That is a whole... Preferably not the bag. That would make a very weird tasting gingerbread if the bag was in there. Here, let me hold that.
There we go.
There we go. All right. And that is, let's see, how much sugar is that? That is 255 grams of brown sugar. That was the other funny thing about this, is the recipe I got was from somebody in the UK where they measured that way. So we had to interpret that. So 255 grams equals out to about 3.5.
It says 9 ounces.
Yeah, that makes about 9 ounces, but it's a 64-ounce bag. So anyway, it equaled out to about 1 1/4 cups of sugar.
And yeah, this was also for a gingerbread house, so we had to take it to like 7 or 8.
Yeah, our gingerbread castle is gonna be a lot bigger than this little gingerbread house. Their thing's gonna be about like so. We're gonna be like massively bigger. Okay, so we've got the butter and the brown sugar. Now we need the seasonings. And while you're carefully pouring these out, I'll tell what's in there.
I'm gonna drop the bag. No.
So that packet of seasonings includes cinnamon, ginger, there's lots of cinnamon, lots of ginger, allspice, salt,
Yeah, I can smell
baking
it.
soda, ground cloves, and nutmeg.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Yes, indeed. All right, now we'll set that down there. We'll lock it in place.
And then, how far do we want to put
Slowly
the
up
thing?
just a little bit. We don't want things flying out of here. But as it starts
That's
getting mixed
fair.
around, then we'll turn it up a little bit.
Tell me when I can turn it up.
Turn it up a little bit more. What we're trying to do, that's about as high as we should be for now.
Okay, sorry, I accidentally turned it up 2 notches.
I'm going to go get the spatula while that's going.
I'll tell you if anything flies out. Hopefully this will make a good gingerbread.
So what we're doing right now, we're creaming the sugar into the brown sugar. Let's turn it off for a second. There's a tiny little bit down at the bottom that doesn't quite mix in, so I'm going to help that part out.
And some on the sides too.
Yep, I'm going to scoot that back down. And then once we mix that in, it should go really well.
And probably the parts off that.
Creaming sugars into butter or shortening is something I'm very used to from cake decorating. It's a way of mixing it all in really well.
He decorates very cool cakes.
Oh, thank you.
One, he actually made some kind of edible ice-looking substance that was really cool.
For your
And he
frozen
made
castle.
Elsa's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he made Elsa's castle. For her
I've done a
birthday.
few wedding cakes too.
Yeah, she did my sister. I mean, he did my sister's wedding cake
Yep, we had friends.
with birds.
A lot of people don't believe that because I'm usually known as a technology guy.
Yeah.
And it's always a surprise if I do cake decorating too. All right, here we go. Now,
So
let
to
me lock
start,
this again and go back up to about where you were.
to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. First I turned it to 6 and then I accidentally went down to 2. Okay,
Now we can go a little bit more because we want it to look a little bit whipped. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, sorry. It's at 6 now.
That's
It's
great.
about to turn in at 1 extra.
All right. Now I'm going to go get the eggs.
Although this is wet.
All right, we can turn that on. And actually, turn down the low.
Let's stir.
All right. And we need 3 eggs, but don't put them straight in.
One.
Don't put them straight in. Crack it and put it right here.
I'm terrible at this.
The reason we're doing it into a cup first.
Should they make it where they can see it?
Sure. Do it over here.
Yeah.
The reason we're doing it in the cup first is so we can see if we accidentally get any eggshells in and get those out before it goes into the mix. There you go. You got it.
And I'll
check
put
it.
them right there.
Yep.
Did I do it?
It's good. All right.
Okay.
Pour it in there. We have to do one at a time.
And leave it on while I do it?
Yep. Leave it on while you're doing it. Okay.
And I always like to
Probably
hit
should
it
have had you
twice.
wearing an apron if we were going to do egg
It's
stuff.
fine.
All right.
I always like to crack it twice so it's good. Check it. Oh, I grabbed another.
Yep.
2, 1,
Good.
3, right?
3. Yep. All right.
That's
Tiny
an
bit
order.
more. She's starting to get the touch. Woo! All right. It'll work.
Sometimes that happens with eggs.
Yep.
If that happens, well, can't say anything.
All right. Go wash your hands, and I'll check for you.
You kind of have to get out because I'm kind of trapped behind you.
Oh, I forgot about
This.
that. Okay.
I'm
Grab
happy.
a blue towel there.
The what?
Grab a blue towel. And just wipe your hand on it.
Where?
Right there.
Ah, there we go. And during baking, don't worry if your hands get
All right.
messy.
This looks good. Pour it in.
Alright.
What we're doing here is we are really creaming this up good. So, once you pour that in there, we're going to turn it back up.
So, where? 2,
Like
4,
about
6, 8.
6. And that's trying to too much. There we go.
That was
Is that
6
4?
though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 4.
We'll go about there. And I'm watching to see how well it gets mixed. It looks like we're missing a few things on the side, so let's turn it back in.
That was where?
All the way off. We'll lift it up and scrape. Because it's a little soupy right now.
And this looks very weird halfway through.
Yeah, it does look very weird. It's hard to believe these are going to become walls of a...
Castle or
Castle.
house, depending on what you're doing.
All right.
Cat, can you stop whacking me with your tail?
All right,
I know
there we
you
go.
normally do that.
Unlock it. All right, back to where it was.
There we go. That's 4.
Let's start out there.
Let me see.
Just wait till we start adding flour. That's the fun part. Every now and then it flies out.
Should I put on some kind of apron?
Alright, that's mostly mixed. Now,
Okay.
you're going to love this next part. This is, we get to add the molasses.
Hang on, should we scrape it off the scoop thingy?
Nope, we'll be fine. There. Alright. Now the thing about molasses is it goes very slow.
And it's very, 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 very sticky. This may not look slow, but compared to other liquids, it is like as slow as a turtle compared to a cheetah.
And waiting for this to finally pour out of the jar. On my first batch, I got tired of waiting and I just went ahead and set it down and kept going. And it turned out there was almost a whole inch of molasses that I left out. That was all at the bottom. So we'll let this keep going for a bit. Still going.
You want me to hold it while you do some other part?
Sure.
Okay, hold it right there.
Now you want to talk about why we chose to do a gingerbread castle?
I actually chose to do some kind of gingerbread because when we did an actual gingerbread church, we might be able to show at the end a picture of it
I
or
have
something
to add that
like
picture
that.
in later.
Yeah, but
Many years ago when you were like
when I was like 1.5 or 2, somewhere around there, they made a gingerbread church, which looked really cool. Didn't you even like decorate the inside with like pew thingies?
Yep.
And like, didn't you
Peanut
get
butter,
actually
nutty bars as the floor,
that.
and
then
cookies,
didn't you have actual lights
cookies
too?
and cream pews. Yeah, and we had stained glass windows.
Like,
We had a light
you
inside
do
so it
a
would
lot
glow.
with gingerbread. I mean, but I don't remember any of it. All I can tell is from the pictures. Still going.
Good going. But since we'd already done a church, and to me a gingerbread house is boring,
Yeah.
we decided to try something else creative.
And I thought giant house like mansion, and then you thought castle.
Castle. And with a castle, we can actually have a moat and a working drawbridge.
And what we're, for the, like, we're gonna put some kind of like blue icing or something that looks kind of shiny-ish. With, I think, some gummy, like, sharks and piranhas and fish. No, we're making a gingerbread castle. Sorry, our cat.
Our cat. You'll never see the other cat, Glacier, because she's...
Yeah, she just hides.
She hides.
But we're going to, like, have an Oreo cookie. Like, you described the jar.
Everything will be edible except the one thing, the little control rod that will turn, and we'll use licorice rope to wrap around this control rod. The ends of the control rod will be Oreos.
Yeah, and then on the little rod part that you actually turn it, we could put that with icing.
Yep.
And we're actually on the outside of the castle, we're planning to have those little turret thingies.
Yep.
And we're actually going to put a flag with our family symbol.
There's actually a Swisher crest, so we'll
and we're
hang
gonna
that as
put
banners
that.
on the outside of the castle.
It's really close, I think.
I think it's close enough. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the drawbridge will be made out of graham crackers as the base, and then to look
The
like wooden
wafer bar
logs.
thingies. Like peanut butter
Kit Kats.
wafer.
Kit Kats.
Oh, yeah.
Will
Kit
be just the right size for a wooden looking drawbridge, and then the licorice ropes will pull it up over top of the
Okay, now do we want to start?
boat. Yep. Okay, so let's put it back in and start this turning.
Lock it.
Lock it.
And how far do we want to go?
Let's start out
2,
small
4.
because this is liquid.
I'm going to start
Lowest
with
setting,
stir.
and then we'll go up as we need.
Sorry, I always do it too much. Like I always... Okay.
As soon as it starts to get mixed in, we can turn it up more.
Actually, can you do the turning up on that?
See how it's starting to get mixed in good?
Yeah, you kind of just turned it up one.
And The secret ingredient in all of this, besides all those spices, is the baking soda. Because that's what will make it rise.
There's baking soda?
There's a tiny bit of baking soda in there. Not a lot. Just 1 teaspoon. But that's enough to make it rise from being a lump like this into being about, we'll roll it out and be about this thick. No more than a 1/4 inch thick, and it'll
You have
expand.
gingerbread on you.
It'll expand to be about almost 3/4 of an inch thick to make the rolls. And what are we going to use as glue to hold it all together?
Some kind of icing. I think we said royal icing, but I don't remember for
Yep.
sure.
Royal icing is the kind of icing that dries rock hard. Now, this is so much fun.
Oh, I get to do the first
I'll
one.
let you do some. You're not going to do the first one now. All right. So, this makes it stiffer, but you've got to be careful when you pour it in there. Because watch what happens. So, very slowly.
Make
Let's
sure to
turn this
wear
back down low.
an apron. It's on tuna.
All right. That might work better. We'll have to turn it up as we start getting more flour in there because it gets too thick for
I
the
get to
mix.
do the next one
All right.
after that.
You can do a little bit at a time.
Okay. How many?
Not even a full scoop. Just look like that much. Pour it in slowly. Yep. You can go a little bit faster than that.
Fine. How many more scoops?
Yep. Just keep going with it. That is a whole lot of flour. In fact, I bought a 25.
Wait, the entire bag?
The entire bag goes in here. I bought a 25-pound bag of flour, and we've used about 3/4 of it. Yep, keep going.
So this is about the other fourth, right?
So that is 1.1 kilogram of flour there. Again, I had to convert those. So it's about 39 ounces, which again, flour in the U.S. is never measured that way. So that equates out to about 2.5 pounds of flour per batch. Or 9 cups worth. Alright, I'm going to turn it up just a bit because it's starting to struggle with that. The more flour we add, the thicker it gets. Or slower since it's going faster. And it's kind of a trick because you look for an opening and then you try to get it laying in the opening and then it won't spread. Alright, you want to keep doing it or you want me to try it? There's some gaps over here. I'm much worried about getting your dress all too floury.
Well, we can brush it off. I don't care.
Well, Mom might care.
Well, she knows that we're working on a gingerbread castle, so.
Okay, yeah, I didn't put a neighbor on you. She probably assumes I did.
And if I do have some, and she doesn't understand and she's mad or whatever, I'll be like, hey, I was pouring the flour for the gingerbread castle and it sprayed out some.
Like that. There we go.
Okay.
All right, how about I do the last part now?
Fine. You want the cup noodle?
Yeah. Because there's kind of an art to getting it in the opening when it goes around. Remember?
Try to make it spray out once though. I get it, okay.
All right.
And for the last bit, since that's not even close to a cup, I should
And
pour
it
it
looks
out.
like we'll be wiping this down.
Yeah.
I've already cleaned this up once. The first set. Okay, all right, gotta turn it out. It's getting too heavy.
It looks like it's gonna explode.
I know. But that's why we got a stand mixer.
Did it get to this point and then
Yes.
it broke, basically?
Well, the hand mixer couldn't handle it. It's too thick.
Yeah.
All right, now, it's about all this can handle right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to scrape one more time. Fold it all. Actually, the technical word is fold all this in.
Oh, there's some extra egg.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we got enough. All right, and then scrape this off.
We need to scrape it off the scoop about now, though.
It's okay. We'll do that when we.
Because it's not.
Yeah. Whew, it's getting thick.
Oh, you're almost at 10.
Now we need to clear that spot because the rest we're gonna finish kneading it and then go ahead and move those to the other.
And we'll put our little trash thingy over there. And
All right.
That there.
There we go.
Make sure to wash your hands before you do this, and probably after.
Good. All right.
Okay.
So, there's the tray places.
So, what are we doing now, Chef?
Now,
Chef Dad.
Chef Susannah, we are going to unhook the bowl, which is a little harder now since there we go.
Should we scrape this part off? Just so we don't have extra or whatever?
Just watch. I've got a trick for it. Okay. So first, we're going to dump this.
We want to scrape off the sides?
Yep.
I cannot see this, so.
Yep, that's okay.